Welcome back to our video series on how to build a dropshipping store with WooCommerce. In the past videos, we have chosen a product niche, created a logo, and designed our store. And aside from that, we configured payment methods, shipping, and taxes. Today, we're taking a big step, adding products to your store. But hold on, you might be thinking, isn't that a super time-consuming task? Don't worry. With the Big Buy plugin of Woosa, this process becomes easier and faster than you have ever imagined. In this episode, we'll show you how to import products with just a few clicks, but that's not all. We'll discuss why importing thousands of products isn't always a good idea, and how to create unique product descriptions, and how you can give your SEO a major boost. And guess what? All automated with minimum work labor. So grab your coffee, buckle up, and discover how to spend less time on data entry and more time on making sales. We're not only going to teach you how to work smarter, you're saving valuable time and making your store future-proof. So let's dive in. So to be able to import products to your store, you need the Woosa Dropshipping plugin, and therefore you go to Jessica Reich Woosa-Dropshipping. You will see this page, and in the first video I have done my product niche research and I've chosen to sell game desks, and game desks were mainly profitable via Big Buy. So in my case I will choose Big Buy, but maybe depending on your own market research you will choose another one. Don't worry, doesn't really matter which plugin you choose, they work exactly the same. Now when we click on more information, we will go to the Big Buy landing page. And on the Big Buy landing page, we can buy the product immediately. It's a plugin license of $41.58 monthly, but you will pay it today $4.99 per year. So it's a year license. You will pay $49.99 today. There is a 14-day money-back guarantee. So in this case, you are free to try it out yourself based on these video series, import some products, see how it works, and if it's something for you or not. Now, once you have done that, you can click on the Buy Now button, and then you should, of course, complete your purchase. Once you have completed your purchase, you will get access to My Woosa. And over here, you can see that I've already purchased the Big Buy license. Now, the next thing I need to do is to install the plugin into my WordPress website so that I can import the products. And for that, I'm going to click this button, Download Plugin, and it will download a zip file. Do not touch that zip file because we're going to import that zip file within our WordPress backend. So therefore we go to the WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins, Add New Plugin, Upload Plugin, and select the Woosa Big Buy zip and install now. And we can immediately activate the plugin. Now what we have done just now in a couple of minutes, we have purchased the Big Buy plugin from Woosa, which enables you to import thousands of products automatically into your WooCommerce store. And we've also installed it already into our WordPress backend. Now what we're going to do next is configuring the Big Buy plugin before we can actually start importing products. So as you can see over here, a Big Buy menu item has been added, and immediately I will get a red notification because my server recommendations are not correctly configured. So the current value of the memory limit is 384 MB and Woosa recommends 1 GB. So I will change that later on in the process to be sure that the plugin will be executed as I expect it to be. Now, the next thing we should do is we should enable our license key, and with that license key we get access to all the features, but also to unlimited updates. And for that we go back to My Woosa, and over here we can copy the license key and paste it over here. Now, once the license key is valid, you will see that the status will change to active. Then we have a couple of settings below, which are a bit more advanced, so I will skip them for now. If you have any questions about them, please comment below this video and of course happily reply to them. Now the next thing we should do is we should purchase a Big Buy account. When we go to bigbuy.eu, you can create an account by clicking this button above. And here you can add your email address and password. Now, in this case, I've already done that. And what you should know is that Big Buy is a paid subscription. You will need the e-commerce pack without any additional services from Big Buy itself, because you will use the plugin of Woosa instead. So you will choose the e-commerce pack, do not enable any other features. You will pay 89 euros for that per month. And below this video, I will also paste a discount code where you get 20% discount on your first payment of BigBuy. So once you have done that, you can log in into your account and then click on Control Panel. And this will redirect you to your BigBuy dropshipping account. Now, the only thing we need an API key, because when we go back to Woosa, it says authorization. So the first thing you need to do is click on the button, click to register. And once that's done successfully, you will see a field will appear, which is called API key. Now, this is the API key we need from BigBuy in order for us to connect your WooCommerce store to your BigBuy account. So when we go back to the BigBuy control panel and we go to My Account, we can click on Synchronize with BigBuy, and there we can click Show API Key. And in this case, I will use the Production API Key because Woosa doesn't offer Sandbox in the plugin. Paste it over here and then click to authorize. Now, if your API key is correct, the field will be grayed out and your status will change to authorized. So in this case, everything worked perfectly fine. Now, what you also noticed probably is that a lot of tabs have been added now. So we have more functionality now to start using BigBuy. So in this case, what I will start with is the synchronization, because this is the most important part. And I will import products in the Dutch language. So the first thing I need to do is select the language I want to import my products in. So here, Dutch, and then click to retrieve the category list. Sometimes you should press it multiple times because there's a caching system behind. So in this case, I've clicked it twice and now I get all parent categories from BigBuy. Now, when we go back to my product research file, I have made a selection of a couple of game desks which I liked, but also which gave me enough margin to start sell those game desks. And what I've also done is I also listed the SKUs. Now I'm going to use a very unique way of importing product, because normally what Woosa customers do is they just enable some product categories, import all the products within those categories, and based on that move forward. But I only want to import these products because I'm for sure that I have margin on these products. So what I will do first, I will enable the desk category because that's the most important part. So when I go to home and garden, I will translate it and then go to furniture, and here it says desks. So the only thing I will do is enable this category. Then the next thing I will do, because it's saved now, I will go to filter products and then I will copy my SKU list and I will filter type only import selected products. So I only want to import the SKUs I have over here. And then I need to separate them manually with a comma. And once I've done that, I can click on Save Changes. And you will see that those SKUs are added here below in the list. So what I've done just now is I've chosen to only import the SKUs I've added within the category desks, because desks again is enabled. This is the first step, we're not done yet. Now the next step is to walk through all the general settings related to the product import. So what should we do with orders, incoming orders? At first, because this is a starting web shop, I want to control the orders, so I will manually send them to BigBuy. That's not really manually, it's through the bulk action within the WooCommerce order system. I can also put in a preserve stock offset, which means if I put in 2 and for example BigBuy has stock value 4, it will deduct the 2 and it will be imported as a product that only has 2 in stock. Why? There are multiple dropshippers using BigBuy, so it can occur that a product that has stock right now will be out of stock within the upcoming minutes. And it might happen that there's a tiny delay in updating the stock in the WooCommerce store. So I don't want to have out of stock orders because that's a waste. I also want to import my products as draft because I want to edit them before they're getting published on my store. I also want to send the shipment tracking code via email. Once BigBuy has shipped the order, we will retrieve the track and trace code back into WooCommerce and we can send an email then to the customer. I don't want to trash unavailable products. I want to manually refund an order if it has been cancelled on Big Buy or Big Buy received a return. And I want to extract the product attributes within the product text as attributes in WooCommerce itself. I will show you how that looks. And my payment method for actually creating the orders is PayPal, which is fully automated. I can also add some filters, so I can have a minimum purchase price and a maximum purchase price, and I can exclude out of stock products. Now, this one is most important because this is the price which will be my selling price and which will define my margin. And as you can see over here, I have some sale prices based on what I found on the internet. Now, I'm not sure what the average sale price is, but let me add a column over here and average profit percentage, and then we do sum is let's say D2 J2, and then I need, instead of that it's a euro, I want to have as a percentage. So basically, the average difference is between 40, sometimes 70. So let's say when I put the price on 50%, I add a margin of 50% to the B2B price, maybe even 55. I'm safe. I'm earning enough money and I'm earning enough profit. So what we're going to do is go back to our store. We will calculate based on the B2B price. You also have the Big Buy advice price, and you have the recommended retail price coming from the brand mostly. I will use the B2B price, and I will add a percentage of 55% on top of it. I also want to round up. I want to make it 0 because I like amounts that have 0 behind it. Now, the last thing I should do is I should choose whether I want to update the price automatically, title, description, etc. I will only update the stock and the price automatically because the title, description, etc. I will change manually to make it unique, and I don't want to have it overridden all the time. So this is it. And then we have the shipping method, and we can use the cheapest option. That's the best option. You're always safe with regards to margin. And I also took the shipping cost into account over here. I always chose the cheapest shipping method. Now, once we have done all of that, we can start the synchronization. So let me click Start Synchronization. And here you will see that it is not performing any actions at the moment, but it will check 1 out of 1 categories in a couple of minutes. And we can also see when we go to the action list, how long it takes, because that's the check feed option and it's in queue currently. So when we go to WooCommerce settings, when we go to WooCommerce status and we go to scheduled actions, we can see a pending action, which is Big Buy perform, and it runs every minute. Now, I have somewhat information which is a bit more technical about these scheduled actions, because if you have a lot of plugins which execute multiple tasks related to your store, your products, your orders, then the scheduled actions, you can consider it as a queue. They will pile up. So if you have a lot of pending scheduled actions, which we see often, then probably it will delay every single process in your store, including the process of our plugin to import or update products. To prevent that, we have implemented a cron job. So when we go back to the plugin of Woosa and we click on Heartbeat, we can enable the external cron job. And what that does is it bypasses the scheduled actions. It doesn't rely anymore on the cron job of WordPress, and it doesn't rely on the queue. It just executes when it receives the ping from our external cron job. So we can click to enable. And one important thing to keep in mind is that it doesn't really work well with most caching plugins, but we have a solution for that. When we open the URL, let me copy paste the URL, and we go to Lightspeed Cache, go to cache, I can say exclude. And I want to not cache the cron URL, the Heartbeat URL. So now I've excluded it from caching. and then it will perfectly perform fine. Now, when we go back to the synchronization, you can see that 7 products have been imported. And let me see, did we have 7 products? We had 8. So probably one of them was out of stock at BigBuy because we chose to exclude products that are out of stock. So when we go to products, we can see that the products are indeed imported, including everything we need. And currently 7 products are still in progress. So as you can see over here, we have the products, we have the images, we have the category, but what's missing is the stock value and the price. And that will be done in phase 2 of the import process. To speed the process a bit up, to make the performance like really good, we have chosen to do that in separate steps. So currently the products are imported, including its content, but we need to wait a bit longer until the price and the stock is added also to it. Now, let's give this a couple of minutes. I will show you something else that's really important in the meantime, because when we click, for example, on this product, you can see that this is the description. Now, this is the description that's provided by BigBuy and is used by all dropshippers using BigBuy. So that's not really handy because Google will say that it's duplicate content and the result will be that your product page is not shown in the Google results. And that will affect your revenue. So ideally, you want to have a unique product description. Let me show you. If I search this product on Google, for example over here, you can see the exact same text. Als je een vleugje originaliteit wilt toevoegen. Sorry, that's Dutch, but you see the exact same text over here, right? So that's not really useful. So for that, there's a solution, and that's Woozah.ai. With Woozah.ai, you can import your products to the Woozah.ai platform and then regenerate the product description, make it more beautiful, make it more unique, and publish it with just 2 simple clicks in total. So I'm going to explain you how that works in combination with WooCommerce. First, we go to the WordPress backend and we go to plugins. There we add new plugin and we search for Woozah.ai. There you can see a plugin which you can install for free. Then activate it, and now a menu item is added over here where we first need to do the authorization. So in this case, you will need an account at Woozah.ai. For that, we can go to Woozah.ai. You can check out the pricing, depending if you pay monthly or per quarter. The price is of course cheaper. And you can easily sign up by clicking this button. Of course, I've done this already. Now, let me authorize with Woozah.ai to show you how it works. So as you can see over here, it immediately changed to authorize, and that's because I'm already logged in into my Woozah.ai account. So let's go to Woozah.ai. Perfect. Now I have 5,000 credits left. I have 483 used. And over here in the product list, I should see my products. But before I can see them there, I need to push them to the Woozah.ai platform. So before we continue, I'm going to show you how you can generate product content with Woozah.ai and how you can make unique product descriptions. But since we have to wait till our products in our actual store are being updated with stock and price, I'm going to show you the example on our dev environment where we use a different dropshipping supplier, VidaXL, and where we have different kind of products. But the outcome is exactly the same. So here we go. As you can see over here, we have already pushed some products to the Woozah.ai platform. And if we want to add a couple of products, we can simply select them, then bulk actions, and then Woozah.ai push to. And then you will see that also the check mark will be added. It will take a couple of minutes, but then the products will get visible in the Woozah.ai platform. So when we go to products over here, we can see all the products that have been published to this store. So when we go to page 2, for example, you can see that those products I've added just now are also added to the Woozah.ai platform. Now, the first product has already been enhanced. So the status is published, which means the product content is generated on October 9th. And at that moment, it's also published on the WooCommerce store. Now let me grab product ID 288. I think this is the one, 288. And let me show you the current description, which is the exact same description everyone uses that uses VidaXL as a dropshipping supplier for this particular product. And let's enhance this product description. So let's go to this icon. There we need to enter a focus keyword. So in this case, teak wood bar stools. And I call it teak wood bar stools because it's very specific and you want to have very specific focus keywords in order to be found on that keyword in Google, of course. Then I also want to add synonyms. So I want to have bar chairs, high chairs, kitchen stools. And then I can also add must-used words. So the words I really want to see back into the product description. So teak, wood, stools, bar, pop. Then I can change the tone of voice. This is already configured in the general settings, so you can also change the general settings. In this case, I will change it manually, and the target audience is people that love to spend time in their homes. And my output language in this case is English because, as you can see over here, it's an English product description currently. If I want to translate it to Dutch, for example, that's also a possibility. And last but not least, I can decide what I want to generate. And for your example, I will generate everything from description, short description, SEO title to SEO description. Now click the button Generate Content. And now it will take a couple of minutes. And as you can see over here, we already have like the product description with the formatting. So here you can see we have a heading 1. Here we have a paragraph. Here we have a heading 2 and again a paragraph. I add some spaces in between just to make it a bit more clear, but that's not necessary, of course. Teak wood bar stools, it's the first word which I said it should be the focus keyword, so that's perfect. A rustic charm for your space, elevate your home interior. Well, you can add stuff yourself like this and you can optimize it. So if I want to say like, I want to add the key benefits of this product, so key benefits. And I want to add a list. Teak wood, very stable and rough, perfect for your interior. Perfect. Now the short description also has been generated over here. Here we have the focus keyword, which is generated by Woosa.ai. You can change it if you want. The title for SEO and the title, the SEO description. Now there are a couple of things we can do. We can either save this as draft, get back to it later. We can regenerate if we're not satisfied, or we can publish it to the shop. And in this case, I will publish it to the shop. And there you can see on November 20, which is today, I have published this product description. Now, when we go back to the product and refresh the page, you can see that indeed the spaces were a bit over-exaggerated. Shouldn't have added those, but we can see the exact text like we had just now, including the key benefits, which I added manually. And what's also nice to see, this particular website is using rank math, and you can see that it added the focus keyword, it added the SEO title, and it added the SEO description. So at this moment, everything seems to be working fine. And you can, of course, repeat this process for every single product you're going to sell to make it unique and to become more on top of Google with your particular product. Now, that having said, let's refresh the page in our actual store, which is gamedesks.nl, and let's see what happened. At this moment, we have the stock values which are applied. And that's perfect because that's what we wanted. The only thing we should wait for now is the price. I'm not going to wait for that in this specific tutorial because you will find out yourself that it will be updated really fast, probably within a couple of minutes, but I'm not going to waste your time anymore. I think it's clear. You can do literally everything with the product once it's imported. You can change the product description. You can see the big buy information. You can add attributes. Attributes have also been added automatically, like I said in the settings of the plugin. I can add a short description, I can change the categories or change images. Everything is imported into your store. So when we want to check out our product on the front end, we can click over here on the link and there you will see your product page. But as you can see at this moment, it doesn't really look that nice. So what you can do to make changes to your product page is going to templates and theme builder. And from theme builder, you can click on single product, and there you can add a new product page. Now you can choose from the Elementor library what your product page should look like, or you can create your own from scratch. In this case, I will insert the one from Elementor itself to save some time. And then of course I can make the changes to the product page. This is way too big for my page apparently. So let me make this a bit smaller. And over here we can edit some other stuff, edit product price, etc. And then publish. And then you can add a condition. You can say include in all products, but you can also say include in category. So you can make different product pages in Elementor based on the product category. But in this case, I will say like edit to all product pages, then publish. And when we refresh the page, you will see that you now have a different design for your product pages. So there's a lot of things still to do once you have your products imported, because you really want to have a good looking website which will convert, and your product page is one of the most important pages you have on your store. But I'm not a conversion guru. I can tell you how to build something, how to spice it a bit up. I will not give you any marketing advice related to conversion and stuff. So for that, it might be interesting to consult another person for this. This was the 6th video of the video series How to Build a Dropshipping Store with WooCommerce. I hope you really like it. Next video, we're going to talk about how to sell your products on a marketplace, which can probably give you instant sales without having upfront costs. So stay tuned. I see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below this video if you have any questions. And see you later.